What happens when Karens mess with the most disciplined soldiers on Earth? Well, here is some of that most instant and downright hilarious karma ever caught on camera. This is 100% pure, unfiltered humiliation at its finest. Number 1. Karen and her picture. When you think the world revolves around you. So first up, we have this Karen who marches up to the guards and instead of simply taking a picture like a normal person, demands that the guard move, just when they were talking about something serious. The guard lets out a battle cry so loud that Karen's soul shortly leaves her body. 1 second she's misconfident. Next, she just looks like a kid who just got caught sneaking cookies. Karen, now fully humbled, rushes back into the crowd. Somewhere she's already planning her revenge in the form of a Facebook rant. And guys, before we get on to the next one, we want to let you know that we are doing a cool giveaway at 1K subs, and we are close to 1K subs, so definitely make sure to follow. Maybe you could be the lucky winner. Number 2, the dancing Kevin. A masterclass in public embarrassment. Here is a male Karen. Kevin, a man with the confidence of a toddler in a Batman cape. And so, with zero shame and negative self-awareness, he starts dancing in front of the royal guards like he's auditioning for the lowest budget boy band ever. The 2 guards stand still as statues, but you can almost sense that they are gonna burst. Too bad for Kevin. Seems like his sense wore off some lifetime ago. The guard literally gave a warning shout. But Kevin, oh boy, Kevin sees this as a personal challenge. He just kept on as if something's itching him. Oops. Now the guard has it. He turns and practically shouts Kevin into another dimension. You can actually see the exact moment when reality kicked him in the face. His body snaps upright like a malfunctioning robot. There's the awkward silence, and then there's Kevin experiencing an existential crisis. Suddenly, Kevin sheepishly shuffles back to grab his camera and walks off before things get out of hand. If only his weirdness radar worked a few seconds ago, the embarrassment could have been avoided. Number 3, the laughing Karen. The comedy routine no one asked for. Karen, blessed with the overconfidence of someone who has never faced real consequences, feels like she is welcome to grab a royal guard's arm. She's about to regret that decision. The guard just snaps into action and calls her out immediately, and this is where a normal human being would generally step back. Well, this Karen unfortunately starts laughing vulgarly. And then he suddenly stomps the ground so hard that the vibrations probably traveled back in time and scared her ancestors. Anyone else would have packed up and left the area then. But this Karen was looking proud in her actions, as if she just won an Oscar or something. Yet, she just wouldn't stop laughing. Man, how slow could her brain be? With her ego now mortally wounded, Karen does what Karens do best. She runs away in embarrassment, pretends to be like she was never embarrassed. Number 4, the mouthy Karen. When running your mouth goes horribly wrong. Here comes the mouthy Karen, except this one's a guy. Let's call him Derek, because that feels like the kind of name that screams bad decisions. Now Derek here wants to verbally assault the royal guard as if he is his best friend. You can already tell this is going to end so horribly for Derek. At first, Derek is just throwing dumb insults and even raising the mic to the horse's mouth. Are you high, Derek? But it looks like Derek doesn't enjoy the silent treatment. He keeps at it. The bystanders start backing up. They know what's about to happen. Sadly, still Derek does not. And acting all high and mighty, Derek starts mocking the old guy who advised Derek to back off, just like a monkey throwing feces here and there. Derek behaves irrationally. At least there is no mystery in what he's trying to achieve. Embarrassment for sure. Now, if Derek had one single working brain cell left, he would take his massive L and leave. But time's up, buddy. The cops are here. Derek, who moments ago thought he was the main character, is now dragged away by the collar. Uh-oh. Looks like the cops gave the magic baby formula to help grow him into an actual man and treat everyone with respect. Because suddenly, he was escorted in handcuffs to a place probably young for him. And that mouth looks awfully dry now. Number 5, the schoolyard Kevin. When you mock a guy and reality pushes back. So here comes Kevin, the human embodiment of a bad decision. And he's brought along 2 giggling sidekicks. But hey, stupidity is always more powerful in groups. He was seconds away from a life lesson he would never forget. Now Kevin starts running his mouth to impress his friends. Typical Karen behavior, ain't it? He mocks the guards, he throws out some half-baked insults that he probably stole on a Reddit thread. The guy behind him laughs like they just saw the funniest thing in the world. They're hyping Kevin up. This is the moment he thinks he's invincible, but actually wrong. And just when he thought it was all under his control, guess who shows up? The cops. They started questioning him for troubling this poor guy. All of a sudden, their presence made his brain go blank. Kevin tries to act tough. How pathetic. He puffs out his chest, trying to save whatever microscopic shred of dignity he has left. He tries to play the victim card. His cheerful minions have fully abandoned him. At least they know when to scoot and save themselves. Soon the police escort this dumbass away. Must have thought about the consequences of his actions before karma hit him hard. Famous Karen, a repeat offender in stupidity. This lady has made harassing royal guards her full-time job. She shows up regularly, acting like she owns the place, telling tourists to pet the horse like she's the unofficial tour guide of stupidity. She's been repeating the same behavior for some time, and the guards are officially sick of her existence, especially with that monster laugh. She acts as if she sold these horses to the crown. Well, this one's a definition of Karen. This time the guard doesn't even deal with her. Instead, he calls in the backup, and just like that, she gets physically removed from her favorite harassing spot. Does she learn a lesson? Absolutely not. She laughs it off like as though she's the single most annoying person in the entire country. Somewhere a security watch list has her name on it. Number 7. The male Karen who gets owned when reality hits like a truck. This wannabe comedian decides to mock the guard by doing weird poses, thinking he's the funniest guy in the world. What doesn't he realize? He's about to experience the worst moment of his life. Worst of all, this Karen tries to lay his hands on the guard's shoulders, as if he's got a new BFF. The guard shows who's the authority and points the sword at that guy. Suddenly, the wannabe comedian became a magician and made himself disappear from the whole screen without acting tough or arguing for his side. Number 8. The male Karen gets trampled when stupidity meets an unstoppable force. This Karen couple decides to casually walk into the middle of a royal parade because they apparently think that a military procession will pause for their dumb vacation photos. 1 second this guy is standing proudly, the next he gets absolutely bulldozed by trained soldiers along with his wife. The humiliation is gonna haunt him till their end. Number 9. The selfish, annoying Karen. Next up, we have a Karen who decides to throw a little skit beside a royal guard. Little did she know, her rehearsal was going to have an unexpected termination. Must have chosen the right steps, perhaps. Number 10. Karen and the reins. This Karen thought it would be so cool to take hold of the royal horse's reins, although seems like she was well prepared for the after effects. She's probably hiding the "oh no" face behind her fragile pride. That's nothing compared to this male Karen casually holding the reins of the horse like it's a zoo animal. It's definitely easy to say that he's earned that soul-pulling scream even though he didn't completely back off. Number 11. Too many Karens. Karen is a dangerous species, and a bunch of them acting like they own a habitat is really dangerous. And that's exactly what these bunch of Karens try to do. Motivated by co-Karen support, this little Karen took things far to mocking the royal guard's discipline. Even with all the continuous mockery, the guard was perfectly doing his job, leaving no minds to this rubbish behavior. Still, the tourist Karens took him for a statue and used him for their entertainment. The crowd grew tired of this Karen's attitude and booed them. The guard had reached his breaking point and shocked them away with his response. Number 12. The deaf Karen. But this Karen didn't expect such a sudden warning. Like a hungry show-off, she managed to walk back to the same spot without any sort of regret. She must have had thick skin and clogged ears to pay no attention to that second roar from the guard. At least the third one got through, before things went out of control. Number 13. The drunk nuisance. Old Karens are a real nuisance, having no respect for authority. But this one sure got served hot. The horse quickly sensed the danger of this drunk Karen and chose to keep his distance, and the guard assisted it really well. Now that the authorities have come to check up, he's trying to play the oldest card of being a victim and slowly walked away. Poor guard had to calm down the horse's nerves to avoid any serious consequences. Number 14. Entertaining for the wrong reasons. Looks like waking up with a mean mindset and a group of similar people is what this bunch of Karens accomplished. Unfortunately, that mocking behavior wasn't really sold for long. Number 15. Karens in uniform. For some time, this group of male Karens chose to phrase out extremely hateful comments and disrupt a Royal Guard inspection for no apparent reason. The cops decided to act on it pretty fast. It wasn't long before the tight Karens were shown the way to the outside, one after the other. Number 16. Oh, no, you don't, ma'am. Touching a Royal Guard is a huge no. And this young Karen found it the hard way. Number 17. Karens gets scolded. Probably thinking holding the reins was her right. This Karen got scolded off with the most satisfying shout. Number 18. Bunch of Karens crowding. Leading by example, Karens attracted a crowd to envelope the royal duo and got scared really simply. Number 19. Too many warnings. Warning after warning, this tourist Karen decided to get comfy inside the restricted box and got herself treated by the authorities. The old Karens that followed, though, they could do the same, but felt sorry soon. Number 20. Look closely, Karen. Uh-oh, this Karen didn't pay attention to the chains behind him and paid badly. Number 21. Too much to post. Being all fashionable for a later Facebook or Insta post wasn't well appreciated for this Karen. Number 22. A sudden twist for Karen. We have a similar Karen who didn't really expect the turn her actions could bring. Number 23. Karen breaks the limit. Acting all funny in front of your friends certainly has a limit. Fortunately, these pea-brained Karens had to be taught what borders not to cross when it comes to mocking the royal guards. They were knee-deep in trouble when this cop showed up and scared them right away. However, it didn't stop them from going on with their mockery. Guard taking charge gave them the perfect reason to run for their lives. Number 24. A Karen family. Passing down Karen genes, Karen and her son were getting on a guard's nerves, obstructing him from doing his duty. These Karens were taught a lesson. Well, guess what? That wasn't their only Karen moment of the day. There was a previous encounter that taught them absolutely nothing. A kick from the horse would have been a perfect solution, eh? Number 25. Slapping Karen. Showing utter arrogance and confidence got Karen into the trouble that she wished for. She slapped the horse again and again, despite the warning from the guard or the bite from the horse. She kept on using her one last brain cell, but got an appropriate reaction from the guard. Number 26. The Royal Stampede. The perfect Karen couple decided to play sweet with the royal guards during a parade, but the guards had other plans. Number 27. Read the crowd. Mistaking the guards' courtesy, this male Karen decides to up the level of discomfort. Things didn't go the way he even dreamt of. Number 28. Little Karens cooled. These heavily curious little Karens got a little too close. The guards gave them the attention they probably needed ages to recover from. Number 29. Lights out. It's all pleasure until it gets violently painful, and this Karen who mocked the guard in his face got the lights knocked off him. Number 30. OMG. Respect attracts respect, as this Karen was probably taught with the scare of his life. At least the next guy learned from his mistakes. Number 31. The wrong turn. So here comes Kevin, the undisputed champion of bad decisions, who walks up to the royal guard and actually yanks at the horse's chains like he's trying to unlock some hidden level in a video game. He wasn't aware of the guard's stare and his plans. Cop showing up and walking up to him probably woke him up right into a horror movie. 32. Watch where you go, Karen. Now here is a couple of Karens capturing a moment of pride while stepping into the restricted zone. They didn't have much time before a cop came up and escorted them into embarrassment. Number 33. Walk away faster. Even though Karens get scared easily, they aren't the ones known to listen. This one Karen decided to stay back and enjoy the attention a little more while the other got away with that humiliation. Number 34. Watch the sign. Sometimes, the beware sign with a clear warning just isn't enough for the Karens, and this male Karen is a perfect example of this stupidity. Number 35. Mocking gone wrong. Here's another one from this thick-skinned species trying to mock a guard stance and didn't get far away with it. Love these Karen showdowns? Like, share, and tell us your Karen stories in the comments. Don't miss our video on tourists who try to outsmart royal guards and failed miserably. Subscribe for more epic fails and instant karma moments.